Daf Yomi Tractate Sanhedrin. This is Daf Gimel Amid Beis Part 2 with the words Ve'amrinan, my time at Rabbi Yehuda. V'samchu Shnaim Zikni Shnaim Ve'ein Bezdin Shakul Masifin Alehen Od Echad Harei Kan Chamisha. We say with regard to this halacha, what is the reasoning of Rabbi Yehuda? The verse states, and the elders of the congregation shall lay their hands upon the head of the bullock, Leviticus 4:15. The term shall lay their hands, which is in the plural, indicates that there are two. And the word elders, which is also plural, indicates another two, meaning a total of four. And since a court may not be composed of an even number of judges, we add another one to them, and there are 5 judges here. Consequently, Rabbi Yehuda does accept the halacha that a court may not be composed of an even number of judges. Rabbi Yehoshua diva mid Rabbi Yehuda teilu Rabbi Yehuda v'Sanhedrin gedoyle hu delesle ha v'shar Beidina Isle, Yehoshua Bishar Beidina Nami Lesle, Elahai Lintos, Mai Avidle, Mokim Le, Bedina Nefashos. The Gemara answers it can be explained that Rabbi Yehoshua holds in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda, but goes further than he does. This is because Rabbi Yehuda does not accept the principle that a court must be composed of an odd number of judges in connection with the great Sanhedrin, but with regard to other courts, he does accept it, and Rabbi Yehoshua also does not accept it with regard to other courts. The Gemara asks, and what does he do with the verse to incline after multitude to pervert justice? The Gemara answers, Rabbi Yehoshua interprets it in relation to cases of capital law. In such cases, he agrees that the court must be composed of an odd number of judges in order that it will be possible to exonerate the accused on the basis of a majority of one judge. Lo, Ella hadetnan shnaim omrim, Zakai ve'echad omer chayav. Zakai. Shnaim omer zakai ve'echad omer chayav. Zakai. Shnaim omer chayav. Ve'echad omrim zakai chayav. Nema to Rabbi Yehoshua. The Gemara asks, but does Rabbi Yehoshua not accept the requirement for an odd number of judges with regard to cases of monetary law? But there is that which we learn in the Mishnah 29a. If 2 judges say the defendant is exempt from payment, and one says he is liable, he is exempt. If 2 say he is liable and 1 says he is exempt, he is liable. Let us say that the Mishnah is not in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yehoshua, as Rabbi Yehoshua does not accept the requirement for an odd number of judges concerning cases of monetary law, and therefore perhaps he holds that the verdict must be agreed upon unanimously by all the judges. I feel the time of Rabbi Yehoshua may say, Lebe Kalvachoim and Medina Nefashos. Uma Dina Nefashos de Chamiri. Amarachmana Zil Basaruba. Dina Mamanos. The Gemara rejects this possibility. You may even say that the Mishnah is in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yehoshua, although he does not accept the requirement for an odd number of judges in cases of monetary law. He does allow for a decision on the basis of a majority. He derives this principle on an a fortiori inference from cases of capital law. If concerning cases of capital law, which are strict, the merciful one states in the Torah, follow the majority and does not require a unanimous ruling concerning cases of monetary law, which are more lenient, is it not all the more so clear that the majority ruling is sufficient? Tanu Abanon. Dinim Muhammad Spashalisha Remeir Amar Chamisha. Kedei Shigamer Hadin Vishlosha. Atu Bislasa Milo Gamar Din Betrei, Hachi Kamar. Mipnei Shegamar Din Bishlosha. Alma Kasavar. Tlasa Ki Kasivi. Gamar Dina Kasivi. The sages taught cases concerning monetary law are adjudicated by 3 judges. Yehuda Hanasi says they are adjudicated by 5 judges, so that a verdict can be issued with 3 judges. The Gemara asks, is that to say that with a court of 3 judges, a verdict cannot be issued by 2 judges? The Gemara answers, this is what Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi is saying. Cases of monetary law are adjudicated by 5 judges due to the fact that a verdict must be issued by 3. In other words, according to Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi, the judges who form the majority that decides the verdict must themselves be eligible to constitute a court. Evidently, Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi holds that when the requirement for 3 judges is written in the Torah, it is written with regard to the number of judges necessary to issue the verdict. Migadef ba Rabbi Yevahu אלא מעתה תהי סנהדרין צריך 141 כדי שיגמר הדין ב-71 ושתי סנהדרין קטן צריך 45 כדי שיגמר הדין ב-320. Rabbi Bahu would ridicule this suggestion. If that is so, then the Great Sanhedrin would need to consist of 141 judges, so that the verdicts can be issued by 71, and lesser Sanhedrin would need to consist of 45 judges, so that the verdict can be issued by 23. But these assertions contradict the halacha as derived from the verses. Ela asafa li shivim ish, Omrachmana mishas asifa shivim, yishafta eda vetzilu aeda, nami mishas shritas, haeda hachi nami v'nikrav bal habayit el ha'elohim, mishat kriva shlosha. Rather, the merciful one states, grant me 70 men of the elders of Israel, Numbers 11:16. This means that from the time of the gathering, there must be 70. Likewise, the verse states, and the congregation shall judge, and the congregation shall save. Numbers 35:24-25, from which it is derived that cases of capital law are adjudicated by 23 judges, and this also means that from the time that the congregation judges, there must be 23. Similarly, with regard to a case of monetary law, the verse states, the owner of the house shall come near to the court. Exodus 22:7. This means from the time of coming near to judge the cases, there must be 3 judges. Consequently, there is no requirement that the verdict be decided by the majority, who could themselves form a court. Ela hainu taima de Rebbe. Asher Yarshiun Elohim Trey, Nemar Elohim Lemata v'Nemar Elohim Lemala, Mat Lemata Shnaim Af Lemala Shnaim, Ve'ein Bezdin Shakul, Mosifin Aleihim Od Echad, Harekan Chamisha. Therefore, the previous explanation must be rejected. Rather, this is the reasoning of Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi. It is stated in the next verse, he whom the court shall condemn, Exodus 22:8 in the plural, which means that there must be 2 judges. Consequently, it is stated the court in the verse below, and it is stated the court in the verse above. Just as below it is referring to 2 judges, as the word shall condemn is written in the plural, so too above it is referring to 2 judges, making a total of 4. And since a court may not be composed of an even number of judges, they add another one of them, so there are 5 judges here.